Hey guys, GH, welcome to Practice Tee. Okay, I'm going to do a video after with the cameraman, Mr. X. And he's been working on the swing. He's quite diligent. And he's hitting it unbelievable. We were out here this afternoon. Back fence up here is 275 metres, which is 300 yards, over 300. He's flying it over that back fence with range balls. So he was really motoring it. And the swing looks good. What we were talking about, and what I think he's got now compared to what he used to have, is that he's totally captured this trail axis and the fulcrum in this trail shoulder. He's captured it to the extent that as he stays down, it's almost super glued back here over there, and so is this here. And he said he feels like he's doing that the shoulders never turn on the downswing. That's the feeling, that the arms just rush past the stationary shoulders. That's the feeling. And that the hip is corralled as well. And he was hitting it unbelievably good. I was hitting it really good with the driver, and he was just taking pictures of mine as he went by. And with the irons as well, just wonderful golf shots. And he said, I just feel like that. My shoulders don't turn at all in the downswing. The weight is there. The left hand, the lead hand is pulling. It's just like a side-on windscreen wiper here. So that's what we should try and cultivate in this golf swing. Because at the end of the day, guys, we never want the golf club going towards the target. It is always towards the golf ball. It has to be towards the golf ball because the club is swinging beside the body in that channel, and the channel is going that way. The channel is not out there and it's not going that way. Now if you looked at this swing from above, and we haven't done these shots, it won't be anything like visually as I feel it is. I feel like it's about 30 degrees into out beside my body, but it'll be marginal. It'll probably be 6 or 8 degrees into out. My shoulders will be closed, but they won't be like that. But they have to feel like that. I haven't hit any shots, but I'm going to just hit one here, and I'm going to feel like my shoulders do not rotate on the downswing, and my weight is going down. Now, in order to do that, guys, you've really got to pull with this lead arm. I mean, you really have to. That's the only way you can keep this lead shoulder up and shut. You really have to get that going. And I must say that the real improvement I've had in the last couple of weeks has been because of the increased pulling intention of that lead hand and lead arm. And where do I pull from? I pull from that heel pad there, the back of the wrist here, over here, and I pull like that. Okay, we'll just hit one. It's very windy again today. There's a bunch of cows under a tree up here. I'm going to hit it straight at that tree. I can't get to that tree into the wind. So here we are, guys. Now the other thing I want to emphasize is that trail arm has got to be on the body. Don't let it get away. Anytime it's out there, guys, it's very hard to take the club straight back. But here, really easy. Look at that. Here I got sort of a double action type move here. But here it just goes there. And it feels like my elbow just goes in a semicircle around my upper hip. So look at this. And guys, for measuring the ball, just little points. I noticed some of the guys that I've been teaching, they come out and the next day their ball position's changed. And that's because they haven't really got a proper protocol for it. Once we've established the grip here, the lead hand, we put the trail hand on, we then couple that trail arm to the upper hip there. Then we just bring the trail foot in and align it with the golf ball. And in doing so, just put the golf club down at the same time. But forget this foot, but just make sure that this trail foot comes up and gets in line with the golf ball. That's your first movement in terms of ball position. Then that lead foot can go wherever it likes. Now the other thing, guys, keep some flex in that trail leg. Preload the shoulder, the lead shoulder, pre-close it. Now guys, first shot of that, just wouldn't be able to putt with that ball because it'd be flat on one side. I hit it so well. That's the great thing about channel lock. You will never come to the practice tee and ever worry about you not having a swing. Once you have the protocol, all you do is apply the protocol and it does that. Now I had a really heavy workout in the gym this morning and I'm really tight and sore. And as I get older, the body's not like it used to be, but I also a little bit soft in the brain, and that I still think I can do what I used to do, and for the most part I can. But the body pays a big penalty. So I'm really sore, but I can come out here and just blitz that. If I walked onto a tee with a par 3 or something, first shot of the day, that's like inside, 15-foot circle. That's first shot, because I know it's going to do that. You know why? Because it can't do anything else. Apply the protocol and the swing can only do one thing. So here we are, we've got our grip here, we couple that trail arm, put the club down there as our gauge for position, pre-turn that lead shoulder, just flex that trail leg and keep it there. Well guys, I promise, Boy Scouts honour, they're 2 shots. Now that's I reckon that's that far from that golf ball. Hasn't moved. And it's just dead flush city. As Mo Norman said, when you're swinging well, did I tell you the story with Mo Norman? Where we had, Jack Kirkendall made up a driver where the face was cut in half. He just cut the face off a driver, filled it up with foam, and it was only about that wide. And he gave it to Mo. And it's on one of those natural golf videos. It might have been taken now. But the club was half the face size of a normal golf club. And he gave it to Mo to hit. And Mo looked at it and said, "What's this?" And you'll see that in the clinic. He said, "This is half a club. Half a club." He said, "So what am I playing with now? 13 and a half clubs?" He was actually quite humorous, Mo. And honestly, guys, he just hit that club like you wouldn't believe. You couldn't believe it. Just flushed it. And of course, when we came back to Australia, I made up some irons where we cut the irons in half, and we only had an inch out from the hosel, and I weighted it accordingly, and they were amazing to hit. You had to be accurate, but when you did hit it, they were amazing. So you will always hit the ball in the centre of the golf club with channel lock. So here we are. We're up here, we've measured, we've got the arm in here, preload that thing, just bend that trail leg and just hammer it. Look guys, and that trail foot's down, I'm firing all that weight down here. They're 3 unbelievable golf shots. And 3 shots with no warm up, nothing, and they're just flush city. I had a session yesterday with a couple of guys that came. They've got the Cobra 1 length, and I was hitting some shots with their clubs, and my best buddy's got a set as well, and I hit them. I've got to tell you guys, they're just amazing. They're so easy to hit. And Bill Phillips from MMI Golf, he's just bought a set on my recommendation, so it'll be very interesting to see. But guys, why I'm consistent is I grip my clubs down to that 1 length Cobra length, which is about 37 inches or around there, which is the same length as my M2 graphite 8 irons. When I grip everything down to the same length as my M2 grap, that's the same length as a steel shafted 1 length. And guys, I just absolutely kill the ball. And I tell you, I'm getting a set, but mine are going to be so radically different in the lie. The standard lie is 62 degrees on the one. I'm going to have mine at 71 degrees. Which means I've got to get the forge one. So it's a big project. So watch this guys. So here we are. We're measuring with the foot. We're coming in here. The trail arm is on the body. We bend that trail leg, flex it, preset that, and just kill it. See my weight's here guys. I'm firing the weight there. The more I can keep that trail foot down, the better off we'll be. That's what I'm cultivating in the swing now. Because I want this fulcrum here to stay in station when I hit it. I don't want that to ever come forward, because the more it stays back there, the more I can straighten my trail arm. If I get to here and I keep it back there, I can straighten my trail arm. And I've never understood why you would ever want to have a bent trail arm at impact, which you get in most conventional golf swings. that's because the golf ball's over here. I've never understood that. The long drive guys don't do that. The long drive guys forever, they've always played the ball way up, and they have huge secondary tilt on the spine, so they're always firing this way because they want to hit it high. So they're way back, this fulcrum's way back, and they've always got straight trail arms through the ball. But the establishment's never picked up on that in conventional teaching. But that's what the long drive guys have done forever, because they want maximum utilisation of that trail arm. They don't know that mechanically or technically, they just have done it through trial and error. They know the beam back here and firing that is maximum utilisation. So here we are. Here, come in, trail arms there, preload, here, flex that trail leg. Just hit it. Here, a bit more preload. Wow. Feels like that. Lead side doesn't do anything. Absolutely doesn't feel like it does a thing. It just stays there. Just stays there. Alright, now we're really... There's no flag out there, but there's a base of the tree, so I'll try and land it right at the base of the tree. Whew. Just about 2 yards to the right of it. The wind is right to left. Now for me to compensate for that, all I do, if I was actually hitting a shot, if I want to hit that shot again, all I would do is I would just open the face a little bit and just actually block it to the target to compensate for that wind. Now guys, that's right on it. That's right on it. Okay guys, just a couple of little things, but they're important little things. Have a look at those. Any questions? Don't hesitate to post questions on the channel. And as I said, everyone that posts, I will always reply. If you take the time and the effort to post a comment, no matter what you think or how unimportant you may think it is, if you take the time and effort to post, I will always reply. And that's why, guys, I've never wanted my channel, and that's why it's not a promoted channel. I've never wanted the channel to be big, because I'd get, you know, 300 or 400 emails a day, and you just can't reply to those guys, and that makes them think that you don't really care. So that's why I've always kept a low profile on my channel. Okay guys, I'll just bust a driver up here, and I just dug this out. It's my old baby. It's not my slider. This used to belong to Steve Elkington. It's a tour issue, a burner superfast, which he used for years. It's not the shaft he used, but he loved this head, and he couldn't get anything that was better. And there's only two heads I'll hit. There's the slider head and this superfast. And I'm getting another, there's a brand new one in the States, still in plastic, a tour issue one, just the head. And it's all hot melted and really nice head, and I'm just going to get another one. Pretty lucky with this shaft. This was a tour issue shaft. But watch this, guys, with the driver. Everything's the same. See, this arm never changes its station. It's exactly the same for a wedge as it is for a driver. Here. See this? Now, if someone said, so what's the difference between that swing, that driver swing, and those 6 irons you were hitting? I'd say probably 100 yards. That's all. No difference in the actual golf swing, just the club. And this is downhill here, guys, significantly. See, I'm measuring here, measuring. Bend that leg, get that here. That's just hammered. Wow, that's hammered. Okay guys, just a couple of extra bits. So we want to feel like we're firing away from this trail fulcrum here. Wow, and you'll get this look about you. Ooh. Don't get that look about you, just get that look about you. That. And feel like your shoulders never ever turn. Feel like the arms are going past your shoulders like that. When the cameraman gets here, we'll do a formal video about his swing and how he's feeling. He's hitting it unbelievably. Okay guys, have a look at that, and we'll do that other video later on, and I'll put that up when I put this one up.